Hey guys, it's Bright tonight. We're here with an update on the Not So Resilient Jenkins. This is I am very unsettled making this video, but I want to talk about something that I said recently that I think is becoming more of a reality for this situation. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so Steph posted a TikTok, and when I'm filming it will have been just about a day ago, and this video has me so unsettled. And I said in a recent video about them that she was speaking in terms where, to me, I took it as, we are going to flee. We are going to take the kids and get out of here. We're going to exit and just go off the radar. We know that they are facing a lot of troubles in court, specifically talking about Drew with his son. His mother is fighting to see her son, and that court case happened. He has not been participating in, phone calls leading up to what their visit should be happening here on Sunday, June 8th. He's not putting his son on the phone with her so that they can start to form a connection ahead of their physical visit this coming weekend. He's not responding to text messages, and that, combined with this video that Steph posted, tells me that I think my assumption or prediction was right, and I think that they are going to move, and I think that they're going to blame it on a few things. They're going to blame it on TikTok, obviously, because everyone, it's TikTok's fault that anything happens with this couple. Then they're also going to talk about how there are weird people and people that don't look like they belong around the shelter that they're staying at. And they're also going to blame it on Steph's iCloud getting hacked and how everything is so big and scary, so they are leaving. But let's watch her video and then I'll give you guys my updated thoughts. And as always, she's very early in this video talking about how, oh, y'all are side-eyeing this towel. Ma'am, no one is worried about a towel. Nobody is worried about a towel, a dish, nothing. We are worried about the fact that you are negligent, and there is something very disturbing going on in this room. And just like every other time that I've covered them, my heart breaks for these kids. These children, I cannot imagine what they have seen and heard.
Welcome back to another typical Saturday morning with the Resilient Jenkins. I know y'all side-eyeing that full-size towel on the counter that we use to wash our dishes and dry, but it is laundry day and that's what we were using. Also, maybe you can see that I'm rocking a different pair of slides again. And no, they aren't Drew's just because they look like they're too big on me. Actually, my feet have shrunk maybe 2 sizes.
Okay, so we're talking about how people are worried about the towel. They're worried about your shoe size, how your shoes fit or don't fit. And now you're saying that your feet have shrunk 2 sizes in the last couple of years because, as a reminder, she hasn't been with Drew for very long at all. None of this matters. None of this matters. And if you're going off of what people on the internet are talking about, but you don't care what they're talking about, but in every single video you're responding to things that have been said, it's just this is such a dumpster fire. And it would be funny if there weren't kids involved in the situation.
Drew and I got together. We can though. Let's catch up a little bit on housing plans. At first, we thought we could stick it through here and then make lots of summer plans, maybe just not be in the motel room as often, have the kids out as often as possible, and then really hunker down with our savings and invest in we are very in tune with our kids. One thing I'm noticing is as our 2 oldest approach closer to their preteen.
So now all of a sudden, your kids that are entering preteen years need their own space. Number one, Drew's son is not your child. Point blank, period. Secondly, you have known this, and what it sounds like to me is we've come to the conclusion that this is what we need to do because things are about to blow up in court and we are going to be off the radar for when it happens. How convenient that this video came out less than a week before this child is supposed to start having visitation with his mother, and this is the video that you want to put out talking about how, oh, we need this many rooms, this many bathrooms, da, da. You never had a plan. You were very content sitting your asses at the shelter and not having to pay rent, a mortgage, utility bills. You don't have to pay anything. You were very content sitting there and not working and refusing to get jobs, but now the courts are involved and you want to talk about space and what you, like you're going back to your checklist of things that you need. Y'all don't work. Where in the world are you going to qualify for housing? You never had a plan.
Years. So we've been looking into some apartments and or houses that have 3 to 4 bedrooms, 1.5 to 2 bathrooms, different housing options. Work towards a manufactured home is probably a little bit more reasonable than tiny home, but like I've mentioned before, we have this mindset of taking care of the immediate need while we work on the long-term solution. So what that looks like for us now is making sure that our kids have a little more comfortability in their current living situation while we work towards the goals of building that forever home opportunity with our plot of land and manufactured home.
So I've talked in previous videos about why the very logical reasons a tiny home will not work for these two bozos. It's just the math does not math, so I'm not going to beat that to death in this video. But what I do want to talk about is just the simple fact that you are talking about, we want this, we want that, housing plans this, the kids need that. These children are not new to you. They have been with you since the 1-bedroom apartment days. And now they are so sadly in the situation of sitting in a shelter and, in my opinion, about to be be taken on the run with their negligent adults, which I even feel bad calling these two idiots adults. It is very obvious to me that they are plotting something, they are planning something, and it doesn't have anything to do with a job, less time on the PS5, or locking down housing. The last thing I want to say to close out this video is I can only imagine the feeling that Desiree got when she listened to this video, who is Drew's son's mother. I can only imagine consuming this, knowing that you're days away from getting visitation with your son, who Drew has, blocked you out, ignored you, parental alienation, all of those things. You're days away from step 1, and this dumbass posts this video. I hope things do not go south. But I think it's pretty obvious with her language and the things that she's saying and doing. To me, the only thing I walked away with from hearing her talk was, we are going to go on the run. And nobody is going to know where we are, and we're going to blame it on the shelter being unfit, unsafe, all of a sudden being a problem, and trolls on the internet. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion. But as always, I want to know, how do y'all feel? So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.